Hi Floss Tube, it is March 6th and it's about 50 degrees here in Lehi, Utah, and golly, yesterday I think it got to about 60, so we're probably going to be even warmer today, which is amazing. I'm Colette, the Highway Stitcher. This is a cross-stitching channel, and I'm here to bring you my stitching from the highway and at home. It's been a month, and I didn't plan on it being a month. I was gone, of course, for a couple weeks to a lace event and visiting my sister, and then I got back and was planning on doing a video, and then I had all these issues. I broke a molar and was in a lot of pain, and it wrecked out my tongue too, and so I was not in very good shape for about a week and a half. And then I started getting over that and thought, oh, okay, I'll do it. And then I got a UTI. So now I'm just kind of in between, just kind of going, uh-oh, can I make it through and do this? And we are leaving tomorrow to do some business down in California with a rental. And then from there heading to Washington. And so I thought if I don't do it today, I'm not going to get it done. So far, I'm feeling kind of all right. So I'm going to go ahead and give you just a fast video on my rotation and what I got accomplished this week and a couple finishes because I really don't feel up to doing all my haul that I brought home from California. I'm just still really tired and in some pain. So anyway, that's what my plan is to be. Hopefully this will be fast. It better be, because I don't think I can sit here for very long. Anyway, I wish I could show you my two FOs, but one of them is being framed right now, and the other one is being finished a certain way that I felt that I couldn't finish it. So they're both gone. But both of them I was really excited to finish. Anyway, the first one was the sweetest strawberries, which I'm sure you remember me working on, and I had a really cute idea for this, but really felt like it would be hard for me to do it myself, and I have a friend who does finishing work, so she said she'd finish it for me. So anyway, that's off being finished. Sorry I can't show you a picture. Actually, I can show you a picture of the sweetest strawberry now that I think about it, because I did a short video that I forgot about to show you the picture. And so I will insert that here, and then I'll go on and tell you about the next. Hello everyone. I'm here just to give you a look at a finish before I send it off to be fully finished. This is going to be, what I'm showing you is the sweetest strawberry by Puntini. And here it is. I think it turned out really well. I stitched it on 40 count Ren, picture this plus fabric, with Gloriana Silks conversion. And if anybody wants the conversion, feel free to contact me. There are only like about 6 colors on this, so it's not a hard conversion to make for Gloriana. And I had the help from Janine at Acorns and Threads for that, and I appreciate her for helping me to do the conversion, since I did want to do it in silks. And had always wanted to try Gloriana, and this was my first opportunity. So anyway, here she is before she gets sent off and finished, fully finished. So now I will send you back to my regularly scheduled program. Okay, the other one I finished, which I did not get a picture of, is Pilot Firewing Designs. I did get this finished for my granddaughter, and it's getting framed right now, so I can give it to her. So anyway, that is done. I forgot to do a little video of that. I'm surprised I got a video done of the strawberry, but I think it was in between my molar and my UTI, and I was feeling kind of like the brain fog was gone for a few hours. Anyway, on to what I accomplished for my rotation. I have to go back into February and see what I was actually working on. When I went on my trip, I did bring all my projects with me for my rotation. Didn't get a whole lot done, but I will show you what I got done within there and to now. I had 2 more Sundays of A Savior's Praise before I started another sal that I was doing for Easter. So anyway, I'll show that, a little bit of progress I got done. Here, of course, is the picture. It's by Shakespeare's Peddler. A beautiful, beautiful sampler that she designed. If you've been following along with me, you'll probably know kind of what I got done. I'm going to fold this up because it's on a big piece of fabric. Okay. Now, let's see. This is not working the best, so I'm going to hold it like this. I extended the lines quite a bit further on the dividing lines on the letters. Quite a bit further, and I also did the let's see, that's the H and the W. I might have done the V too. I'd have to go back and look at my other floss tube to check to be sure. Anyway, that's what I got accomplished, which isn't too bad considering I didn't have a whole lot of time to work on it. So now that's being put aside right now for Easter. And the reason being is that Brenda, Handwork Maniac, and I are doing a sal, hashtag Easter 40 focus. We wanted to concentrate on something that would give us, make us think of Easter and Lent and the days leading up to Easter. So the piece that we both picked, we had it in our, like our back recesses of our, probably our cross-stitch kits for a long time. We both have had this. So this was put out, I believe, it says 1998. It's a gold collection, Dimensions gold collection kit called Lost No More, with the Savior and his lamb. And so we both decided to work on that. So I've called it my first 40. Every day I try to work on it for 40 minutes, like the 40 days of Lent. And I started on Ash Wednesday, which was last Wednesday on the 26th. And now I've done about 40 minutes. In some cases I was able to do more than 40 the last little over a week. So here's what I accomplished. I like to get up to the head, the face, to try to get kind of a look on a project, especially if a person is involved, if the pattern has a person on it. So that was my focus. I started in the middle. I worked up the staff some, but then I ended up going over and working on Jesus' face, as you can see. I haven't done any backstitch, but at least it's beginning to look like something. So this has been a fun stitch. I was kind of thinking that I wouldn't enjoy it. It's on 18 count Aida. Trying to see here. It's looks like kind of a beige Aida. But I don't have the other parts of the pattern besides this, and it doesn't say whether it's beige or not, but it looks like a beige Aida to me. 18 count with a bunch of blended threads and also some half crosses and a lot of fractionals and a lot of backstitch. But it's actually been kind of a relaxing, fun stitch to do. And I've been really enjoying it. So I'm going to continue working on that. I'll probably continue down. I want to do down, I want to like do more of his clothing and more of the wrap around his head. So I'm going to continue with that, I think, and maybe finish the staff. Of course, I might change my mind, who knows, and do something different. That's typical me. but we'll see. That's kind of my plan anyway. I also started last week and worked on it as much as I could during the week, but then stopped because my rotations, I kind of want to keep to my regular rotation. Um, anyway, it's another cell that Marcy Thiessen and I wanted to do. We were at the attic last year before Stitch Shenanigans retreat, and we fell in love with this picture that the attic had. They had created they had stitched it. The Elizabeth Furnace 1836 hands across the sea pattern, and they had it stitched, and it was beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So we both stood there and said, we have to do this. So anyway, we bought our materials slowly. I'm using Overswa silks on it, the called for. So, it took a while for us to get our stuff together. And we finally decided to start on it. And our hashtag, if anyone wants to join us with this cell, it's a Quilted Grass Sampler cell. No, Quilted Grass Sampler cell. I'll check with that and put it on. But the reason why is because if you look down here, we thought that the grass kind of looked like it was quilted, like patches of quilt work. So anyway, I'm doing this on 40 count vintage sand dune. That's what they had done it on at the attic, and we just had fallen in love with that and the colors. So here's my little bit of a start. Mostly just the flowers, some of the border, and a little bit of the over one. I had some doubts about doing this over one. I thought I might pull a Lena Lamont like I did on my Delaware Inspiration and have somebody else stitch the over one. But I decided, I'm going to give it a try because it's letters. And I seem to be able to do, even with this 40 count, I can do over one with the letters, I found. I'm fine with that. It's just a lot of filling over one that I just do not enjoy, especially on a higher count. So I didn't pull a lean on it from Singing in the Rain. You have to watch Singing in the Rain to know what a Lena is, or go back on one of my old floss tubes and I explain it. But I decided to go ahead. So I got the Jesus Permits in there. And it looks like Jesus Permits. So that's amazing. Anyway, I worked on that a little over a week, just maybe 30 minutes each day. But it's going to go aside now for a while. I think Marcy's still working on hers. She'll probably get a lot more done than me. But I have other stuff in my rotation that I want to get done, so I'm moving back to that. On Sunday, I'm working on Lost No More mostly. But I'm going to do about 30 minutes on another piece, a small piece that I want to get done to possibly do a little small finish on it. And this is called Treasured Friend by Nancy Turner of, if you probably know her better as the Victorian Motto Threads person. But she sent with me one time with my thread packet this little pattern, and I thought it was really nice. And I thought, well, I'm going to start this up. So I have some, I've got it written down here. Finally, I'm writing down things in my book of what I'm working on, trying to catch up on all of my whips and write them down and what they're on and everything, because otherwise I'm not being an organized person, and I like to be more organized. Anyway, I have this stitched on 28 count Lugana even weave, and it's like an overdyed light peach. And the floss is Classic Colorworks Bandana. I didn't take it out of the Q-snaps, but that's a little bit I got done so far. It's hard to kind of see that overdyed peach, but it's real pretty in person. And the bandana, the CC bandana floss works very well on it. And this is one of Abby Top Knot Stitcher's, one of her little kitties that she sent along one time when I bought a Wizard of Oz needle minder from her. And Abby, have fun at Nashville. I'm sure you already are at the Nashville market. So that is my Sunday work for the next few weeks until I get that finished. Okay, the Monday rotation is still the same. After I work on 40 minutes of Lost No More, I move on to Plantation Sampler. And that's the oldie but goodie by Canterbury Designs. Donna Vermillion is the designer in this. I have not accomplished as much as I would like the last few weeks. Haven't had very much time. But if you have been watching me, you'll notice that I did get more of the tree done. So, because there was only just the upper part of the tree done. So now I have more of the tree leaves and branches. So just a little closer here. Try to close it up so you can see. There's that pretty weeping willow tree, which is taking shape. Actually, pretty soon I'll have the last of the leaves done and be able to do that. The limb down. It's amazing to me how fast it was going all the way until a couple weeks ago, because I was able to work on several hours on it each day, but I haven't had that kind of opportunity the last few weeks. And I may not actually when I'm gone either, but it's still going, and even if I just do 30 minutes a day on it, that's a few more leaves of the tree, which is good. So, okay, my Tuesday rotation is still Emerald City by Al Forrest Designs. Oh, before I forget, for you who haven't been following me, this is being stitched on 32 count vintage pecan butter by Lakeside Linen, and it's with a shepherd's bush conversion of overdyed threads. So, see, I'm not feeling the greatest, so I'm forgetting to tell you all the incidentals. Anyway, there's Al Forrest, Emerald City. This, I even got less work done on. This one, I ended up changing it. Let's see. I know I have it written down. I ended up changing the stitching onto hand dyed by Rolanda Fabrics in an emerald green even weave Lugana. And it's called, emerald green even weave. It's a 32 count. Last time I had just finished up to the, I think I had redone the house and the yellow bricks up at the top. And so all I got done was the yellow bricks and the start of Dorothy and the tornado. But I do like it better on this fabric a lot. It just seems more sort of like what I envisioned for this piece. So I wanted to get Dorothy's head and most of her body done, but didn't have the chance. So, but that will be staying as my Tuesday rotation. Okay, Wednesday had been Pilot, which I finished by Farwing Designs. When I was down in California, I met up with Stitchy Mommy, Sarah, and we stitched for a while, and she showed me how to get my Pattern Keeper started. If you want to know more about the Pattern Keeper app, that's on the phone or on your tablet, whatever else, it's only available for like Android or PC type of computers. Now, it's not available for Apple. Supposedly it's in the works, but not yet. Anyway, it's an app to help you keep track with a whole bunch of extra little helpful things for full coverage designs. And if you look up Pattern Keeper and how to do it or about it on Floss Tube on the videos on YouTube, You'll see a lot of videos on it. It's really, there's a lot of stuff on it. In fact, I watched several of the videos to kind of make sure that I was getting a good start on it and knew what to do after Sarah helped me. And again, Sarah, thank you so much if you're watching this video, for all your help getting it to that point. I had to take it home and like download my patterns onto it, but other than that, she helped me with the rest of the setup, and I appreciate that because it was kind of hard. So anyway, so I decided I was going to start a piece with my pattern keeper on Instagram under Colette Stitcher, which is my Instagram name. You can look it up. I had a picture of me stitching it. Anyway, with the Pattern Keeper app on my tablet. I've decided to, I had downloaded this Story Keep Maleficent, which is an oversized bookmark, and decided that I would do that, all with Pattern Keeper, and play around with it. Maybe do some cross country, maybe do some diagonal, all kinds of stuff with it. And it's really been fun. So I'm glad I picked that to take over Pilot, because it's getting me used to the Pattern Keeper app. Anyway, I had about an hour and a half to work on it, so I did some cross country, but then I ended up filling it in. So this is my little start. I did about 250 stitches, brought it back to diagonal. I may go cross country next. There are just a few, like 1 or 2 stitches here, so maybe I'll see how that works, which is cross country and getting those, just a few stitches done on certain colors. But it's been really fun. It's just so much fun. It's hard to explain why it's so much fun, but it is. But right now, I would only suggest it for like full coverage pieces. They don't really have it set up good for other things yet, but it is really great for full coverage. And this is a 25 count even weave Lugana easy grid with the 10-inch squares. As you can see, that's kind of pretty combination of colors. That's going to be really pretty. It's a lot of the same coloring. Oh my back is starting to hurt again from the UTI. Anyway, sorry. Anyway, but it's got this pretty blue up in the corner there before you get down to Maleficent's interesting headpiece and everything else, her face. So I'm really excited to keep working on this. I've been able to still stitch even though I don't feel the greatest because my stitching chair is comfortable. So Thursday, let me look at my rotation here. Actually, yes, what did I finish from? Let me look back here, excuse me. Oh yes, I decided to move on, put Words to Live By out for a while until I did Pattern Keeper, and I didn't bring it in here, but I really didn't get much more done with it. A little bit, I finished up 1 square, but I got excited about doing Pattern Keeper and switched over to that and want to concentrate on that for the month of March, and then I may go back to Words to Live By after that. So because of that, I put in Words to Live, I put in Maleficent, Story Keep Maleficent for that. And then Thursday would have been Pilot, actually, and Pilot got finished. So I wanted to work on the Sal that Farm Girl is doing for With Thy Needle and Thread, Brenda Gervais, the Harriet Elizabeth Coe pattern. It's only like about 170 some by 170 some, I think. So it's just a little small sampler, and thought it was kind of cute. So I decided I was going to work on that, put it in my rotation for Thursday. I am not doing it on the called for fabric. I am using the called for floss for the most part, but I had to substitute one because I wasn't happy with the color on my fabric. I had a 28 count fog from Picture This Plus that I opted to use for it. And I did use the called for flosses for the little flowers for the border. But when I got to the border above the letters, I wasn't happy with the coverage, and I wanted it to show up a little more. So I substituted Weeks Seafoam with, I think it's Deep Fennel. Yes, Classic Colorworks Deep Fennel. So I like that look better. It's just enough to show up. So that was my start yesterday in about an hour and a half or so. So I'm going to keep working on Harriet. Post my pictures on the hashtag Harriet Elizabeth Co. Sal, which is what Farm Girl is using for the hashtag. On Friday, I'm continuing with Garden Prelude by Mirabilia. Here's the picture of it. Push that in there. And here is what I've accomplished, which actually, I think I probably did more on her than on anything other than my finishes with Pilot and Sweetest Strawberry. I had to convert her skin tones to be a little more of what I wanted for the gift that I'm giving. So I did that and worked on some of her arms. But when I headed off on my trip, I decided I didn't want to deal with going back and forth on the skin tones to make sure I didn't make a mistake. So I left off on the skin and moved it down and worked on some of that purple and green that you see down below. So altogether, actually, got a decent amount done. And this is being stitched on 32 count Picture This Plus Demoiselle. It's a lightly modeled blue, green, pink, purple, which is very hard to see either. You might be able to see a little bit at far, yeah, I think actually farther away you can kind of see it a little better. You can kind of see the shades of the purple and the green in there. Up close it's not as easy to see, but it's a beautiful piece of fabric. It's going to really look nice with this. So that's not too bad of accomplishment. She will continue as my Friday rotation, along with Lost No More, of course. On Saturday, I'm working on the Linen and Threads Mystery Sal, which the only thing I can really show you is, of course, their little emblem here, because the rest of it's like the pattern. That's just actually lettering, so that's not a big deal. But it's Linen and Threads, Fox and Rabbit Designs. Let me check if I have this written down, because now that I'm over to the Linen and Threads, I'm forgetting what fabric. When I'm feeling better, I usually do better with remembering my fabrics and stuff, but not feeling good, I'm not remembering. This is stitched on a fabric by Fox and Rabbit, Linen and Threads Designs. It's called Lyrebird Dell Linen. It's a 32 count. I'm going to put this over, which it helps it a little bit. It's real pretty like dark green color. And the floss is Australian floss. It's called Cottage Garden Threads in the color Larkspur. And I decided to go with their idea this time just to see what I thought, and I've really been enjoying these colors. They're so pretty, but I haven't been able to work very much on it. All I really got done was finishing up the bottom part of this here and then starting over there some. So I did do some, but not a lot. But I'm still happy with it and still going to work on it, continue working on it. Anyway, I'm starting to feel some more pain now, so I'm going to kind of wrap this up. Into March, I will continue on this rotation for, I know at least for the 2 weeks I'm gone. And those pieces will go play in those parts into those days. And hopefully I'll get some more done on them. Plan on taking them with me. And before I forget, thank you so much for your subscriptions. Thank you for subscribing, for liking, for pushing the notification button. I appreciate all of you so much. All my old friends who have been on since I started, and all the new people who have joined me, thank you so much. And I'm sorry that I missed doing one sooner. I always try to do it about every 2 weeks, but it didn't quite work like I had hoped. But at least I didn't get it past a month. So anyway, that's a possibility. I mean, that's a positive thing anyway. And I was going to start something with my floss tube, and I don't have it in front of me, but I think I'll just do my own thing on it before I end. Let me think. It's Christine, Stitch All the Things, has been doing a little blip at the end of her floss tubes, and I thought I kind of wanted to do something similar, and what I wanted to do was gratitude. And because I am really grateful, even with you know, physical issues and things, I'm so grateful for the blessings that I have in my life. And so I thought that I found a gratitude book, but of course I put it away. And I want to keep this all to one video, so I don't, and so it's short, so I can just download it fast. So I'm not going to go look for the gratitude journal. But I think I'll start out my little gratitude blip by just saying that there are things that you can be grateful for regardless of your circumstances. Even in the absolute worst circumstances, you can find things to be grateful for. And list them off in your mind, especially if you're having physical pain issues. List them off in your mind if you're having emotional, work, personal issues. If you do that, you will find them. They'll be there. Just like I say, look for the beauty, because everybody has things they can be grateful for. I'm grateful for just a nice warm place to sleep when it's like 30 degrees outside and it's snowing. So you can find things to be grateful for. And I think probably what I'm most grateful for is good health when I have it. And also I'm grateful for the fact that I can still sit here and do a floss tube for you guys, and I can still stitch. So anyway, remember this week, I guess, to be grateful for things that you have in your life. There's many of them, and I know you can, you know, list them off. You'll be able to list some of them off, even with how dark your life might be. There will be things you'll be grateful for. So that's what I encourage you to do now, and I will hopefully bring the book back and be able to pull like a little verse from it each time I do a floss tube. So anyway, all I am just telling you to remember the beauty around you. It's all there on the highway and at home. Love you guys so much, and I will talk to you probably in a couple weeks. Bye, babe. Bye-bye, everybody.